need the chat here. There we go. That's way more space. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah, see, like it looks way further away than it actually appears on this end. Okay, that's fine. Are these twist off?
No.
Okay. Not that much anyway.
This episode brought to you by Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. It's probably not tasting like a horse.
Hopefully not.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Nobody wants that.
I'll open my own beer, that's fine.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I see you, Larry.
Chat test successful.
Whoop. Oh, sweet. So I can even stand like as close as this. It looks like it's cutting off my head there, but I can still see.
Ah, why was I not paying attention?
Lord.
There you go. Wait. The perfect pour.
Oh, is it just
Just barely.
just barely?
Just barely. A little bit left in here. You can have the coarse and donk glass.
I'm glad you know how to pronounce it because I sure shit don't.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I am pronouncing something.
I don't know if that's it.
No. Calling it the way it is pronounced
That is not
is
the
a
way.
bit
It
presumptuous.
is a way.
But it is the way I pronounce it. So, beers.
Beers.
We have beer, we have food,
Okay.
we are online,
I think we're ready.
the world
I don't
can
know
see
if there's
us.
anybody here.
Cheers, they're
Cheers.
not. But they could watch this on the video
Mhm.
and get what they missed, which
That's
is,
the important thing. Ooh.
right? Is it good? I haven't
Yeah,
tried
that's
it
not
yet.
hateful.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm
I'm a big
fan
fan
of
of that. What does that taste like? It's very caramelly. Caramelly? Caramelly? How do you say that?
That's a good question because I pronounce it caramel by itself.
Hey internet, how do you say that?
How do you say caramel? Hey.
No, not caramel. Caramelly.
Caramelly.
Caramelly. Caramelly. That's what I'm going with.
That sounds like you're saying it like with an Irish accent. Caramelly.
Caramelly. No, that wasn't Irish.
No, it's got a little bit of
That was a terrible Irish accent.
I lost it.
Dead
I had it.
air.
Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Okay.
Introduce
So,
us.
hi guys. Welcome to PoleChef. We have my sous chef Steve in the kitchen today, helping out with prep ninja. That'll be your hashtag, prep ninja.
Prep ninja.
So
Okay.
today we're doing pan-seared cod with a basil sauce, which is basically like a pesto but better. We're also doing a metric fuck ton of sauteed kale and mashed potatoes as a side. So this will be interesting because this is the first time I'm fairly certain. Get your carrots, get the kale, don't forget the kale. It's the first time I've ever done fish on this stream, so we'll see what happens. I have been informed that the fish we're going to use, which I'll break out for you when I'm ready to prep it, is twice this size in length, and I will get to cut it down to fillets, so we may have...
And girth.
So I guess I'll have fish for a while after this. So...
It's a good 2.5 feet of fish.
It's a whole lot of fish.
Right?
The whole fish.
What?
The whole loaf, but fish.
That's a thing, I'm sure.
It is a thing, I'm sure.
Oh.
If you're ever bored, go onto YouTube and look up dick figures. Trust me, it's worth it. And thank you, Bethany, whenever you show up here for that, because I share that with everybody I know. Okay, so first things first, prep the ingredients.
Right.
So
I gotta do things.
kale has been washed. I rinsed it through already and like shook it off, so it's
Cool.
still a little bit moist, but that's fine.
What do you want me to do first?
Go ahead and do the potatoes.
Okay, I'm gonna just make some space.
Yeah, that's fine.
Looks great all on there.
All
but
on presentation, you have to
Not,
remove some of the
not
shit.
super helpful for actually chopping things.
One of these days, if and ever we get to remodel the kitchen, an island in this exact spot would be perfection. Or an island with a range on it.
You know, they have...
That would be kinda cool.
I was at a friend's house the other day and I saw an island that actually moves. But when it sits there, it looks like it's a permanent fixture.
Like a whole.
There's actually
fucking-
wheels on it, but it's trimmed out in such a way on the bottom that
It looks like it's built into the.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, we need one of those.
right.
We need a big one of those.
Okay.
So first, we're gonna cut the potatoes like cubish. We're mashing them so they don't have to be any kind of way. Those are gonna go in this anyway when we get mashed.
Yes.
Yes.
Just trying to put stuff places because
Places.
I
Mise en place.
use a lot of. No, that's incorrect.
What are you looking for?
I don't know.
These?
Somewhere to put the cheese.
I will take the cheese.
Cheese, and this extremely
Gigantic shallot.
overachieving shallot.
It's the shallot on steroids.
All right. How do you want me to cut them up?
You can cut
Actually,
them up.
they need to be washed.
I did.
You washed them
I washed
already?
and dried them.
Okay. They are clean potatoes.
Fantastic. I would say cut them in half lengthwise, like.
Do you want them diced?
Like big ass dice.
Big ass dice.
Big
Got it.
ass dice.
You got
Technical
it.
term.
Big
This
ass
is good.
dice coming up.
Oh, cool. Hi, Filament Buster. What is up? Did you used to have like a tiny one like this or like a actual big ass island? Because inquiring minds want to know. Hi, Oliver.
I'm a dog.
Hi, my dog. Come here. Hi, baby. We have our mascot Oliver helping us out in the kitchen with
Pole dog.
kitchen cleanup, as it were.
You know why they call him Pole Dog, don't you?
Pole dog? Why do they call him pole
Because
dog?
everything on this show is branded as that.
Ha. It's pole sous chef, pole.
What
dog.
were you thinking? You dirty mind.
I don't know.
God,
Okay.
get your head into the gutter.
Get it more in the gutter.
More.
More in the gutter.
All right. So this is my personal favorite technique for dicing potatoes very, very quickly and easily without slicing your finger off.
Key phrase there, without slicing your finger off.
Right. So I don't know if you guys can actually see. You might actually be able to see what I'm doing here. I'll walk you through it on the next one I do.
Yeah, you were kind of blazing through that shit.
I know how to cut some potatoes. So what I like to do, right, is I take a cut right through the middle. Right through the middle.
From
like
here.
that. And then I keep it. I hold it. Right? And then I measure out, maybe let's say a ½ inch since we're doing large dice.
Yeah.
Change it depending. Slice one on one side and then again on the other.
Make it into quarters.
And then you pull off the top two. Set those aside. You don't need those. Kind of come back to them later. You're going to set those guys down. And then you have a nice sturdy thing.
Flat surface,
Right.
always better for cutting.
And then bam, one cut, two cuts to make
Thirds.
thirds.
Yeah.
Turn on side, and then just bam, 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 bam.
Fucking emerald over here.
Right?
Wham, bam.
I guess that is his thing. I gotta come up with something else. Okay. And then knock all of the potatoes.
Chop
on the
all your
floor.
potatoes and then promptly throw them all on the floor.
And then you take the two curved sides, which are floppy and weird, and you just do those
Flat side
one
down.
at a time. I usually just do one, and just, just like that. Real quick, real easy.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about chopping fast and effectively is stabilizing what you are chopping. So that's why I do it like this.
You're working a prep kitchen.
I basically did for a couple of years.
Like an actual prep kitchen?
No, not at all.
Okay. But hence the basically.
I have no formal experience. Everything you see here was either thought of by me or something that I learned by watching YouTube.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of how we learn everything now with all of the different videos of all kinds of bullshit on YouTube. If you can't Google it or YouTube it, can you really do it?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Hey, Steve!
Hi,
Other
Steve. Other Steve. I'm not Steve. I am Steve. I am also Steve. Hello, other Steve person.
What did you guys have for dinner? That's what I want to know. Because it clearly wasn't as fancy as all this.
Sure.
What is your favorite food to prep?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. Potatoes are pretty great. They're a lot of fun. And I'm real good at it. I don't know. Zucchini's good too.
Yeah, and why?
Similar.
Favorite food to prep and why?
Well, zucchini also very easy to cut. Delicious, cheap.
Doesn't give, nice and sturdy.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that are really, really easy.
I'm gonna need a bigger pot.
I think we're done.
Fantastic.
Boom.
So
There you
I
go.
am gonna grab a bigger pot. We're gonna need a bigger pot.
And booze.
Okay, so I'm going to pop these on the stove with some water. And next we can on to kale.
Kale.
Which needs to be relieved of leaves.
Ah, yes. Well, is it relieved of leaves or relieved of stems?
Yeah, both?
Okay, I'm just gonna pull
Both.
all the leaves off the stems. How
Both
about
is
that?
good.
If anybody has a trick for getting kale leaves off, I'd love to hear it, because
I've seen these like little gadget things that I don't think I have one anymore, but it's like a little plastic piece like this that's got like holes of different sizes, and you're supposed to like put like herbs, and there's one like big enough that's supposed to be for kale, and you like pull it through, and I have never once ever gotten it to work properly.
Nope.
It never ever works. It just
Never.
pulls off like everything except like a little nub on the end of the stem.
Yeah.
And that's all I ever get out of it.
there's like differing methods, and people talk about all kinds of ways and tricks, and I don't know. I've heard all kinds of stuff, but I've never found something that actually really works out.
Yeah, like I know that there are a lot of like gadgets and stuff, and usually I've been trying to wean myself off of the gadgets. I recognize that they have their purpose.
I got it. It's good. No problems.
Nailed it.
I will occasionally curse and possibly drop things. Do not be alarmed unless you hear some kind of like screaming, squirting, and splattering of blood.
You're on the right stream for that, so fuck it.
Screaming and squirting.
And yeah, sure, that too. Next edition of PoleChef. Hi, Food Minion. Hello. Welcome.
No. I think he's saying I'm the food minion.
I'm the food. You
No,
has food.
he says
you're the
you
food
has.
minion.
I am.
You're
a
the food minion. Okay, so
I
we've
am a
got
minion.
Prep Ninja and Food Minion.
Okay, I am
I'm gonna
not
have to start making
that
t-shirts.
short. Jesus. Everybody's always got to go there. Come on. It's alright.
It's always the first place they go. Okay, so Steve had salmon with a cilantro crema and polenta with spinach.
That sounds
That
very
sounds
fucking fancy.
just as fancy as what I'm making. Did you make it, or was it just fed to you? Because that's really important, because we're making it from scratch. This one wasn't even a subscription box. Like normally, we've taken a break from the subscription boxes. Yeah, okay, so props to Adriana then. Give her a high five for me for making that fancy ass dinner, because that
Sure.
sounds fucking amazing.
Would it be inappropriate for me to curse out certain subscription boxes?
Sure.
In case we someday wanted to get sponsored by them, maybe I shouldn't say
maybe
things
not.
that are terrible. But I'm just going to say
Certain
this.
boxes.
Not all boxes are created equal, and some boxes are full of assholes.
I will drink to that, actually. Yeah, no, we took a break from the subscription boxes for a little bit because some of them were a little subpar, as it were. We've done a couple of different ones. And the one that we just got finished with, Dinnerly, was just kind of like, it was simple, but it required a lot on our end. So it would have, not very many ingredients, which is easier to manage, but you had to already have a lot of stuff. And in my house, our house, we have a lot of staples already, so we happen to have most of the shit that they asked for, but not every pantry is created equal, so
Really,
got a little frustrating.
Really, the reason that we got so angry is because they sent us food that went bad in less
Really
than 2
quickly.
days, and then said, "Here's $6."
Right, yeah, instead of refunding us for the whole box, which
Yeah.
you should have done.
Because now I
They
gotta
were like,
go
here's
out.
$6 credit. And I'm like, what is that gonna buy me?
Nothing.
That'll get me a coffee.
Here, Toots, get yourself something nice.
Get yourself
That's basically
right.
what they
I
said.
didn't even get a smack on the ass from
Right?
them.
They
It was
flipped
so
you a
rude.
quarter and just said,
So rude.
right? Toots.
Toots.
And I'm fairly certain was the
That was
vernacular.
exactly what they said in their email. Was
Fairly certain, yep.
That is so much kale.
It is a lot of kale.
So for those who have maybe not cooked, yeah, Dinnerly sucks. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
I didn't say it, they said it.
They said it first.
This episode brought to you in part by Dinnerly.
By
And
not Dinnerly.
well, it was brought to you because we had to make up something else because they couldn't bring it. So.
Right. We stopped our subscription from that. We used to do Blue Apron and Home Chef in the past, and I think we did HelloFresh for like a hot minute.
Blue Apron is fantastic.
Blue Apron by far has been my favorite because even though it brings you a lot of ingredients, like quantity-wise, it's always varied, it's always fresh, it very rarely, if ever, goes bad before the next box shows up in the next week.
No, I missed again.
And it's more creative. What I found with Dinnerly was the recipes were a little too simple. Like I'm a simple human when it comes to food. If you make it and put it in front of me and I didn't have to make it, odds are probably gonna eat it. But when I'm making food, I like to get creative and fancy and weird. So Blue Apron.
My knife.
Retrieve your knife from a mountain of kale.
Okay.
All right, so
Now we have to chop it all.
yeah, so we're gonna chop it.
This is my
and then-
favorite part of chopping.
Look,
bush.
okay, so I want you to
I don't know. I've never done one this big before. Yeah, the dog
This
every
is-
time you heard that. Eh?
Right. This is, for reference, this is quite literally a pile that is as big as his head,
Bigger.
which will saute
Wait,
down
how big do you think my head is?
about as big as a pile of kale,
Jesus.
apparently. Which will inevitably saute down into enough to feed 3 people, but Jesus, this is one bunch of kale. I'm not
No!
just-
Well, that's, the dog's after
Oh,
it. Will he eat green?
I don't know, will he? He
Yep,
seems,
he's eating
he
it.
seems to be reluctantly
How,
questioning his decision, like,
How small do
food!
you want this
Oh,
kale?
wait. It doesn't have to be that small. It can be roughly chopped.
Okay, I'm gonna roughly chop it. This
Okay,
is
I'm
my
gonna hold your
chopping
beer.
method for kale.
I'm gonna hold your beer.
You just kind of jam everything together, and then you just.
Manhandle it.
Yeah, really just.
Like, really give it the business.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Thank you. I do try.
Fantastic.
Right, so you
Yeah,
can,
that's perfect.
There'll be a couple of big pieces in there, but you know.
That's cool. It all sautes
Wow.
down. It's fine.
Okay.
Crisp.
Very.
All right, so stick it back in that bowl.
Right, bowl.
Bowl. Contemplating what pans I want to use for. Probably, maybe the wok. That might be good. That's big enough.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Damn.
Oh Jesus.
There's just
Oliver.
leaves flying everywhere.
You know, I'm more okay with him eating greenery.
I'm way okay with it.
If anything, this dog could use some more vegetables in his diet, I suppose.
He eats plenty of damn grass.
That's fair. All right, next up, we got the potatoes that are getting to boil. We've got
Pardon?
kale that has been chopped. We need garlic and shallots
Okay.
next.
All right.
Garlic can be minced
Uh-huh.
as per usual.
Yep.
Which one a damn?
Shallot.
Garlic is that way.
How do you want the shallot?
That can be sliced.
Thinly sliced?
Yes, thinly sliced.
All right. The whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole enchilada.
All right.
And I'll grab the garlic. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. I've graduated to cooking instructor. I no longer do prep work. I am above it at this point. When I have a sous chef, that is how I roll.
Wait, above it.
Prep is beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
No, we have a good system in our house now. Whenever, yeah, because you're the one holding the knife.
Right? I mean, I'm just saying, like.
Cheers. We have a good system in our house because he likes to prep. I hate it. I like to cook. He hates it. and then we both make Larry do dishes later. So it works out for everybody.
And he hates that, but we make him do it anyway.
And Oliver likes to clean up after us.
That's true. He's our little vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
If I had known better, I'd have named you Roomba.
Well, I mean, he's already nicknamed Potato, so I guess it's pretty much as close as you're going to get to a kitchen mascot.
True.
Actually, it occurs to me now that I say it out loud that I don't remember the last time we had to clean the kitchen floor.
We have not had to clean it in
Like,
a while.
occasionally we'll Roomba before we have, like, company, but it doesn't really ever get that dirty, and now I don't wonder why anymore. Thanks. Cheers to you, pup. It's like, you gonna drop any of that goodness? Got any more of them scraps?
Whew. Whew.
Blink a lot.
That is a shallot.
That's a fucking shallot.
Boy, oh. Overachiever, this one. I'm telling you.
I definitely think that shallots are a little bit stronger than onions are in terms of, like, making you cry-ness, but they taste a lot more garlicky. It's like garlic and an onion had a baby.
I fucking love them.
Yeah, right?
I hate cutting them, honestly. Like, they're a pain in the ass. This
Sure.
one,
But they taste amazing.
this one being okay. Well, the other side was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Always one side or the
I
other.
always get bigger than I need items because I'm lazy and I don't like to.
I mean, I resonate with that.
I don't like to. God. What was I saying?
Perks of cutting shallots, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn.
Chew. What is it? There's like people who say to chew gum and that like helps your eyes not water or something. I've never tried that.
I can't
but
chew gum.
I don't feel like that works.
Okay, I'm fine. This is fine.
This is
No.
This is fine.
I can't chew gum. If I chew gum, I just look way too much like I'm from South Jersey, and I'm trying to put that
just
behind me.
Buck that stereotype.
All right. Oh, good God. Whew. Effervescent.
Effervescent. How very Jim Carrey.
Jesus. Okay.
All
there
right,
go.
so we have our sliced shallots going to the side.
All right.
So next up, we're gonna mince some garlic in the fastest, most efficient way possible.
Garlic is a thing that people often complain about. Thank you. Prepping because it can be a pain in the ass. Shallots. Yeah.
Shit.
Shit my fucking eyes.
Or if you're Gordon Ramsay, shallots.
Jesus. Okay. So, what I do to make peeling garlic a lot easier is I take it and you put the round side down, okay? And you take
Contrary
the
to
knife.
popular belief.
You take the knife, you cut the one end off, and you cut the other end off, and you lay it flat, and then just give it a whack, and then the whole
Whack it
shell. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this.
Get that close up.
Just comes right off. You
Yeah.
see? Perfectly clean. Put it aside.
That's a beautiful clove.
Keep doing that.
All right, so we got bubbling potatoes. I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit.
Pop. Look at that one. Just came right out. Pop, 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 pop. And you know what? It's very satisfying to crush garlic. Makes you feel like a big man.
Men crush garlic like men.
That's right.
Alright. So now that we've got our potatoes on a boil, I'm gonna set them to go for like 20 minutes. We want them to be super soft, but not like disintegrating in water. So they're going at like medium high or so for about 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna turn on the fan. I apologize to audio. Let me know if I can't hear you. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo!
So for anybody who has just joined the stream, we are making pan-seared cod. This is the first time that I've done fish on this stream, and we got a big ass fish this time. So we'll get to, even though it's not like a whole ass fish, it's just a big ass fish. So I'll get to cut it into fillets and show you guys that. And right now we're just cutting down some garlic. This is mostly for the kale and the mashed potatoes. I may put a little bit into some of the butter that I'm gonna baste this fucking cod with, because you can't have too much garlic. I don't care if it's not an Italian recipe. That is what I say. It's a spicy meatball. Oh
Look
no.
that.
There's a. Oh no. Steve, why did you. What is that?
How much garlic are you using? We're using this
The remainder,
much garlic.
it is about 3/4 of a bulb of purple elephant garlic. So, a lot.
That's fine. I'm gonna reuse that.
A lot of garlic. A fuck ton of garlic is the answer.
Right, so once you get your garlic peeled, I think I threw it. Okay. You're gonna get yourself one of these. This is a garlic press. There are many like it, and not all of them are the same and or equal. This one is from OXO. It is by far, I've had like 15 different garlic presses. None of them even come close to as good as this one. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's amazing. I love it.
Also, having owned several garlic presses myself and also trying to just suck it up and do it the old-fashioned way, I myself have also resorted to using the garlic press because it is 10 times easier.
Put the garlic in there, and as it sounds, you press it.
Crunch! Garlic Hulk.
And then you take a knife and you just go whoop off the top. Open it up, it's all gushy inside, and keep loading. Just keep loading it in there.
Keep loading.
You can shove way more cloves in here than you think, or is probably responsible.
Be irresponsible with your garlic distribution. Like you mean it! Like you mean it!
Yeah, and it comes out the side. It's a little weird.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Juice is eking out all over the
Right?
place.
There you go. And now,
That is a proper amount of fucking garlic.
shit ton of garlic, perfectly
Perfection.
minced. It's great.
Perfection.
It's wonderful.
Show them the little
Pro tip.
pokey things.
What?
Show them the little pokey things.
I will.
Okay.
Pro tip. Wash your garlic press immediately after using it. Don't ever let it sit because the garlic will get incredibly hard and you'll spend 30 minutes trying to scrub it off. But it comes right off easily in the sink, which I don't think you can see. Okay, so the other cool thing about this is, all right, we're moving.
We're moving.
All right, so I'm gonna turn the sink on. Well, okay.
Yep.
Let's see.
You're good.
All right, let's give it a rinse here. Blah 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 blah. And the really cool thing about this is it's got these grit on the other side. You just go bah, like that, right?
Like a bat.
And it just knocks everything out, and it comes real clean. Other garlic presses, they have like weird nooks and crannies where garlic can get stuck, and now it's perfectly clean. Perfectly. What is that? No. Okay, we're good.
False alarm. Probably my least favorite thing about mincing garlic with a garlic press is in fact cleaning out said garlic press after the fact. So this shit is the tits. And that actually reminds me that I wanted to give a shout out to OXO in general.
Yeah.
Because we have been getting quite a number of their kitchen gadgets.
It's true.
Or even just little stuff like I got the Zester microplane thingy for like Parmesan cheese and shit. Ooh, actually that reminds me. Do you want to do the rotating thing or the microplane for shredding the Parmesan cheese that we have?
Oh, rotating thing.
The rotating thing.
Yeah.
I got one!
Yeah.
I told you guys last stream I was gonna get one and I finally fucking did it.
It's
Where'd it
amazing.
go?
Okay, it's pretty good. I feel like it could be better, but it's pretty good. It's alright.
Olive Garden up in this bitch!
Solid, like
Where did I put that?
I'd like to get some more leverage, but it's pretty good. You know, it's certainly better than scraping your fucking knuckles off.
Yeah, I don't think I have grated Parmesan cheese a single time.
Need your towel.
Okay.
You can keep talking.
Okay. I don't think I've grated Parmesan cheese a single time and not shaved a fingertip or a knuckle or both. So using this has severely improved the quality of my fingers.
Where's this going?
Into a container that I will provide.
I don't know if this
I'm
is
gonna need a
gonna
bigger
work.
bowl. Maybe we need to cut it down into smaller pieces.
Nonsense!
The hell you say?
It will take this whole cheese
The whole.
because I told it
The
to.
whole. You know what? No, I'm gonna gonna stand by. No, it's working. It's going. It might get too wide at some point, but you know, you can just
Isn't that always
go.
the problem?
That's always what happens.
Isn't that it's just the okay, yeah.
Okay.
But look, just the tip. Yeah.
Yeah, just the tip. Thank you, Jimmy. We are almost halfway to enough subscribers and followers for me to start making money off this bitch. So post on your respective Facebook pages, and also shameless plug, there is a PoleChef Facebook group for those of you who are not already a part of it. Please come by, share your recipes. Eventually, we will be able to do things like have special guests, chefs come in to do fantastical things. We'll be able to take requests for certain recipes because I am not doing duck again unless you fucking pay me. So, yes, and I would love to do collabs with you people because I know you guys all have really, really good ideas. And our kitchen is fucking huge, so it's the perfect place to have more than one person, unlike literally anywhere else I have lived.
Yep.
This is probably the best kitchen I have ever had because it is gigantic.
You are welcome.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that was a good idea. Just chopping them up into smaller.
Right, yeah, that
Look
was
at
a
you with the
completely
good ideas.
sensible, reasonable thing.
How dare
to
you
do.
introduce logic into my kitchen?
Ah.
Yeah, I would like to see like one of these rotating grinder things in like one of these.
The leverage.
Like a stainless steel like
you know
beefed
what?
version,
Yeah.
but like a little smarter.
No, see, I need the leverage here, not back here.
Yeah.
Right. I need to be able to squeeze, because back here, I'm losing. I don't know.
Like if you had this
I have to
lever,
squeeze really
you know,
hard.
you know what would be cool if you had.
It works.
I don't know how.
It's not working.
It's not working, but your thumb's gonna get a hell of a workout.
My arm, everything. Like I'm just trying to. Oh, right.
Into the bowl.
Woo! That beer is strong.
Right?
That's
8.2%.
My face red? Probably can't tell with the shirt.
I don't know. It's also kind of hot in here because of the potatoes.
Also, I spent 15 minutes in the sun, so you know.
Also true. Look at you getting your tan on. Yeah, that's cute. Tan. What is that? I'm gonna stir my potatoes. Checking the. Okay. So potatoes, as they cook, will get a little bit translucent from the outside in. I want them to be translucent for most of the way in. Yeah, you know what? If you pay me, then I will have you in my kitchen because that's the whole fucking point. We were discussing different tiers of stuff to provide to people who wanted to subscribe or donate or anything like that. And I definitely wanted, especially my local friends, but people who travel in from out of state, I want you guys to be able to come in and enjoy my kitchen with me. So if you sub, you might be able to join.
Good idea.
Ugh.
Pay to play. Cool.
Yeah, you know, and you could also just join me to drink in the kitchen because
That's true.
I always need people to drink with.
Mm-mm. It's not
Oh,
alcoholism if it's with friends.
Right? That's how that works, right?
Pretty
sure that's how that works. Okay, so Odinson is apparently getting a meadery going, according to him, which I will absolutely shamelessly plug.
A meadery.
A meadery.
Really? Is that?
Meadery.
Don't they just call that a butcher shop?
Ha! Meat. That's meat.
Meadery?
Meadery. That's the difference between enunciation and not.
Ah.
Thank you, Mod. Please follow me. I'm on Twitch. I'm also posting up the once the Twitch videos are over, I download them and I put them up on YouTube as well, so you can see a lot of the past OG PoleChef videos that are up on YouTube right now that were in kitchens of long past.
Okay, so you remember when you asked me earlier?
Do you want the other one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But you remember when you asked me what's my least favorite thing to prep? Because I think I found it.
Is it Parmesan cheese?
Jesus. No, it's just this.
I'm fairly certain that like a block or two, like the stuff you get from the subscription boxes, because they give you like these tiny little blocks, which on the one hand is a bitch ass amount of Parmesan cheese.
And we have
I
a
don't appreciate
shitload
it.
of Parmesan.
And I don't appreciate it. So, but this time we got the whole fucking block of Parmesan cheese, and that is proving to be quite the workout. Second to last round. I believe in you. Do you wanna tag out?
No, I got it.
All right. He's not quitting. Yes, booze and food up in here. What is up? What are you people drinking? Because I can't imagine that any of you are going to be in my stream right now and not be drinking with me, unless that's not your thing, in which case I want to know what you're drinking anyway. Whether it's apple cider, or whether it's soda, or whether it's beer, or wine, or liquor. I want to know what you people are putting in your face. Ooh, lavender soda. Actually, that sounds bougie as fuck, and I want to try some. I have heard about it. I've heard of lavender lemonade, which sounds intriguing, but I've never had lavender soda. What does that taste like? That's what I want to know.
Cheap air freshener.
Plug it in, plug it in. I have not tried lavender lemonade. That sounds amazing. You're on the home stretch. Home stretch. I believe it. Come on, cheer him on.
So,
Cheer him on. He could do this. Pray for his hand
anybody
strength.
out there looking for a really good forearm workout,
Great.
might I recommend grating an entire fucking block of cheese with one of these things.
One of them bitches.
Jeez.
Yeah, you are severely behind on your drinks, Prep Ninja.
Oh my god.
Libate yourself.
Jez Kiss. Jez Kiss Kiss.
Just kiss, kiss.
Proud of me
He's
or
proud of you.
proud of you? I don't know.
Yes, both? Both. Both is good.
You are working really hard right now.
So hard.
Gosh.
My liver's working overtime right now.
What is
Dirty
happening?
Shirley. Juice from the cherries. Oh, fuck yes. I know who you are. Hey, baby. Juice from the cherries, Bacardi rum, Sprite, and more cherries. So I'm hearing that there are cherries in this Dirty Shirley. That sounds really fancy.
Jesus, there's so much cheese left in there.
Jess is proud of me, specifically.
Damn it.
Janet. But Law of Tsunami believes in you. So
thank you.
You've got somebody in your corner for today. You're so close. You're almost there.
You have no idea how much cheese is actually left in here.
You don't realize, so fun fact, a block of Parmesan cheese, like the whole wedge, is when grated about 5 times as fucking large as a block takes.
Do we have to use the ultra fine grater?
That's normally what you use for Parmesan cheese, but
Look
I
how
don't.
much
There's
cheese
still
is
stuff
still in there.
Oh my god. This is such an ordeal, guys.
Ah! I broke it.
Oh no.
Now I'm putting it back
I believe in you. There we go. You're almost.
Jesus.
The grater's like, no,
No.
I've had enough. Enough cheese. Here.
I can't. My motor skills are
You
going.
get it?
There
There we go.
we go.
Log into this. No cheese in here.
Welcome to PoleChef. The first 30 minutes of it are
It's
just
just
grating cheese.
grating Parmesan. I'm pretty sure I commented on this the last couple of episodes ago, where I really, really hate prepping Parmesan cheese. However, I always prefer freshly grated Parmesan cheese as opposed to the stuff that's already pre-shredded or pre-grated.
It's
because
delicious.
They put some stuff in it to like dry it out so it stays shelf stable longer, but it makes it all dry and oily as opposed to like fresh and creamy. But god damn it, do you have to fucking work for that cheese? He's committed now. He's not gonna give up his fucking fight. They're saying to take the cheese out and like chop it up.
Don't tell me what to do.
He's almost there.
What is this? What is this?
Hashtag worth it.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking worth it. This better be the best goddamn cod I have ever eaten in my whole life.
I'm burning enough cow.
This is what happens if we go to Olive Garden and they're like, say when, and you're just like,
Yeah.
fucking stoic face, and they're just grinding it like, okay, I need another cheese, reload, chuck it in there, and they're just giving you fucking death glare across the table, and you're like, yeah, I will not tell you when to stop because I will eat all of your Parmesan cheese.
This is why I think this could be better.
Yeah,
Better engineered.
it's something.
I could engineer a better one of these. Maybe I will engineer a better one of these. That's what I'm
Maybe
gonna do.
that'll be the thing that turns you into a millionaire. You'll design the perfect Parmesan cheese grater for the home.
No, that's not at all what I will do. What I will do is I will design a Parmesan cheese grater that will require gasoline and a ripcord.
Like a fucking lawnmower, but a goddamn cheese grater.
That's right.
It's just like a wood chipper, but for cheese. It's just got a really fine grater on it instead of blades.
I think that's enough. There's
think
just
that's
not
it.
much left.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
know what? I have an idea.
It's just
You want some cheese?
Oh, that's great.
That's right.
The fucking
This
cheers.
is the reward.
Cheese, cheers.
Cheers.
Totally worth it.
Oh, it's so good.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Cheese is done.
The cheese is done.
All right, I want you guys to see
Oh my god.
this bowl is like half the size of my head. There is almost a full bowl of cheese in here. This is a whole block of cheese. So much cheese. All right. Now we need the basil.
Right. That I can do
Yeah.
easily enough.
You can, I would say that you can chop, mince, slice however you see fit because it's just going to go into a sauce and get pushed up. So
Word.
probably as finely as you can mince it will probably go into the sauce best.
Slinging cheese everywhere.
Da.
Your dog is so okay with it.
Oliver's having it.
God,
He is here for
he is
this.
such a helper. Such a good little helper. Did you wash the basil too?
I did.
You
I rinsed
did.
it off and patted it dry.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna test out this potato.
Again, this is my method. I just squish it all into one thing and chop it up. And then go in another direction.
Woo! Yeah. Okay. So this potato is like basically just like popped right apart when I squeeze it, so I can tell the potatoes are done. I'm gonna turn that off. Let those sit for a minute. Ooh! Yeah, I can smell that fucking basil.
Smells good.
It smells fucking good. I want to know your favorite herbs to cook with. That are, yeah, no, just go with it. Favorite herbs to cook with. That's what I want to know. Ha! Yeah, I know what I said. I meant what I said. Ooh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, sage. There's a chicken recipe that I have from like boxes past that are, it's got like crispy sage and it makes like a sage gravy with chicken. Holy fuck. So good. I've been learning how to do like crispy herbs in general. I did crispy basil with spaghetti like a little while ago. I do crispy sage leaves. I'm looking for shit to crisp. Love me some crispy herbs. Let me get a
basil.
bowl. Actually, that
Believe-
potato,
Is this satisfactorily minced?
yes,
Excellent.
that goes in with the cheese.
Right in with the cheese.
Right in
huh?
with the fucking cheese.
Shit.
This is gonna make our
Bam.
basil sauce.
Some fucking basil-y ass Parmesan. I'm so hungry.
Right? Just looking
I
at
just wanna
everything.
eat
I
this
want
bowl of
to eat these
leaves
ingredients.
and cheese. Yeah. All right. What's next?
Next is the fish.
Fish.
Next is
Fish.
fish.
Fishy fish.
Fishy fish. So, because this fish is going to take up more space than we have cutting board, we are going to do a sanitary white. Like my fancy shit. That's the thing for the potatoes, so that's good timing.
Pull it off.
I turned the heat off, so it should be okay.
Okay.
I do need to control this. So this is a 1-to-1 mix. I'm sure I've announced this before, but this is a 1-to-1 mix of white vinegar and water. It is a good food safe cutting board sanitizer / cleaner. If you don't have the space or accoutrement to have a separate cutting board or flip yours, we have dastardly, and by we I mean me, put giant hot glue dots and strips on the bottom part so that it grips to the top of this thing, which is great, but it also means that we can't really use the other side. So, hoppa! Okay, fish on here. Also, important to note, when you are cooking vegetables and meat, let me wash this up.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Yeah. When you are cooking vegetables and meat in the same recipe, always prep your veggies first because it is way better for you to put fish or meat, raw meat, onto a cutting board that has previously housed veggies than it is to do so the other way around. And in this kitchen, we are all about being sanitary and food safe, so now you know that. Yes, thyme and basil, fuck yes. Also, yes, slippery disc, that counts. Absolutely counts. Ooh, dill, yes. Actually, I have a really good tuna casserole recipe from my dad that specifically requires a fuck ton of dill. I put it in the recipe for that reason. I usually prefer fresh dill because I can. But if you can't get fresh dill, then dried is fine. So we're breaking out the cod now. This is straight from Harris Teeter across the street, which apparently has no other way to present cod except the whole thing, apparently.
The whole cod.
The whole cod. Jesus fucking Christ.
Told you.
You were not joking. So this is the whole cod. That's incredible.
I think it's actually the half of the cod.
Yeah, it's like it's one side of the spine, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we are.
But it's a lot of fish.
That is a whole lot of fucking fish. Jesus shit ass. That's a monster of a fish.
I've never made fillets.
So, learning experience for everybody.
Man.
What we're gonna do, because we want this to be presentation friendly as well, is I'll take over here. So for this, we're gonna reorient. All right. So the cod itself is like stripped a little bit on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right where it splits, all the way off, and then I'm gonna cut this tiny little piece off so we have like a little tenderloin. What I really want to do with the rest of this is make like fish sandwiches, like fillet of fish, but way better. So these are going to get cut into fillets. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this a little bit.
Fillet, a fancy word for cut.
To fillet. So we've got this piece, we got this piece, and I'm gonna just kind of eyeball. This is a lot thicker than the other one, so I'm gonna make this just a little bit shorter. No? Fuck it, we'll have some more for tomorrow. Alright. Wash. And we will pat these bitches dry because cod is a very watery fish. It's not like salmon where it's like really oily. It's very, very watery. Whitefish is very watery. So you want to make sure to really pat it dry before you season it, because when you stick it in the pan, especially if you're pan searing it, you'll get better color on it. Oh look, it tucked under a tail, so there's a whole fucking section missing. Can I get that knife?
It's very clean.
Fantastic. Thank you. So, unlike salmon, which is very oily, this will ooze water everywhere, and that will end up like poaching your fish, which is not what I'm going for here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to need one of my silver plates, which I don't know where they ended up. 1 second.
Oh, I moved them.
2 places.
There.
Under here. Aha!
They were thin, and
Perfection.
it made sense to me.
It just makes it easier for me to season because it gets all the salt and pepper on the same plate.
Right.
Right. Okay. Salt and pepper. You know, that's actually not a bad idea, Jess, because I go through so many fucking paper towels when I'm prepping meat for exactly that reason. Cleaning my board, prepping my fish. Can you hit me salt and pepper?
Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna do salt and pepper, nothing fancy. I've got salt flakes. I used to use kosher salt because reasons, pepper also. But I found that salt flakes are a little easier for me to grip and crumble on my own terms, so I get to decide how big or how small the flakes of salt are. And for some dishes, it's a lot better to have a little bit of like marbling in your seasoning, where some bites are a little bit more salty than the other ones, rather than having everything be this like homogeneous, same tastingness. Also because they're fun to sprinkle, and who doesn't need some butter?
laying back drinking needs to read her chat.
Yeah, I know, right?
I Ed DJ Stir says,
Not Australian, no.
I didn't know I was in the frame.
The frame is larger than you think, apparently.
Apparently.
I have been playing with my frames since I first started, and because apparently I thought I was way further away than I actually was, so...
Also, you may have forgotten the last 25 minutes I spent grating cheese. Kind of tired.
Takes a lot out of a man.
No, you have a reflective window. Son of a bitch.
Ugh. Okay, so, fish is seasoned.
Woot.
That does it for prep, but
Yeah.
I need another beer.
Alright. Yeah, good plan.
More beer and then on to the stove. Alright guys. So,
Why am I going into the garbage for beer?
don't go into the garbage for beer, that's not where it belongs.
No.
Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna dump these potatoes, rinse them out. Rearrange my fucking dishes. So for mashed potatoes, you can save some of the potato water, kind of like you do with pasta, if you want some of that starchy water to help break it up a little bit. But I prefer, I don't know.
Your
Right
beer,
back in that
madam.
shit. And fucking test. So we've got our rinsed potatoes. I'm gonna put a bunch of butter in that and let it melt for a little bit with some salt. And then once it softens up, I'm gonna mash it and add some heavy cream to give it a little bit of creaminess. So for the moment, I'm gonna move this to the back burner on like medium low, just to kind of keep it from drying out all the way. And we are gonna go to stove cam. No. Okay, so you'll see less of my face and more of my food, which is really why you're all here. I need the wok
Lies.
and the kale.
You need what?
Wok and the kale.
Walk.
Waka waka. Walk this way! Thank you. All of the kale.
I handed you the kale.
But you handed me the kale, but not the thing to cook it in.
That's the actual walk.
Yes. All right. So, because the prep is now done,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
your responsibility is now finished.
Cool.
Are you gonna hang out in the kitchen?
I mean, I can do whatever. I ain't got nowhere to be.
All right. We're gonna have our guests in the kitchen, but you're gonna be staring at the stove. So, first we're gonna put in some oil in a hot pan. We're gonna get this going. I'm using extra virgin olive oil for this. We're basically gonna saute the kale kind of like you would for spinach, but kale has a little bit more robustness to it and it doesn't break down as easily. So I don't have to worry about it basically disintegrating before I get it cooked to where I want it. And I'm basically gonna put in the whole rest of this whole stick of fucking butter in these potatoes because there's a shit ton of potatoes. Also, I don't know, I'm bringing you up for this. I don't remember who it was that I talked to. I know I posted something on the Facebook group. Oh, hey, my Duna thinks you're hilarious. Apparently.
My name is what?
Yeah. You got
Yay!
you got a follower on my stream. That's goals right there. Cheers. I posted up on the Facebook page about Kerrygold butter and how I like Kerrygold butter the most, but I hate those like infernal European butter chunks. They're all the weirdest shape and they don't fit in a regular like butter container in your fridge. I found them. They're giant and they were a lot easier to find than I thought they were. And thank you to whoever pointed it out. I know there was like 5 or 6 people that were like, hey, they're at a normal ass grocery store. Why are you trying so hard? But apparently I don't know where to shop. So now we have regular ass butter. So I'm just gonna stick this right in the middle of the potatoes. Yeah.
I'm here to help.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna cover potato cam, which is not an Oliver cam. So I'm just covering the butter stick with potatoes so that the heat from the potatoes will melt the butter. And now I've got some heat in the pan for the kale, so I'm gonna stick this in. I'm gonna do this bit by bit because there's a literal fuck ton of kale, and there's more kale than I have pan. I'm gonna crank this up a little bit. Because I don't want more kale than I can toss in here. And I'm gonna put some of these shallots in here as well. Really break them up. These will saute down with the greens. A little bit of garlic as well. And we'll add some salt and pepper and crank this bitch. I can hear it starting to click a little bit.
Pure artistry.
That crank. Crank that pepper, boy. So for kale, because it is kind of like chopped up kale is a little bit delicate. When you try to use a spoon, it ends up falling out. So I like to use tongs, kind of like you're putting dressing on a salad. But it helps to coat all of the kale in the oil in the pan. And once you've got everything kind of nicely coated, I'm actually going to pour a little bit of chicken stock in here, just a little bit. Sometimes you can use water, but chicken stock has a little bit more flavor.
Wait, what are you making right now?
Sauteed kale.
With chicken stock?
Yup.
Oh.
So I'm just going to add like a little bit. You can hear that sizzle because the liquid will create steam, and that will help to cook down the kale. Oh, hi. Okay, so my Duna, yeah, I did do pole dance for a little while. That is why it is called PoleChef. Originally, I was trying to do some sort of weird fucking amalgamation of pole dancing and cooking, but I couldn't really figure out how to make that work. So I have resorted to essentially cooking in a variety of pole dance attire, from leggings to booty shorts and whatnot in between. And I have conscripted my friends and loved ones to watch me cook shit because they seem to enjoy that sometimes. Alright, this is going down rather nicely actually. So we're going to cook this down a little bit. And we'll just do this in pieces because there is quite literally a fuck ton of kale. And I'm just adding like a little bit, like a little glug or two as we go to help keep the steam going and wilt down this kale.
69 Tipsy, that sounds like a challenge.
It absolutely does.
Tune in next time.
Well, I mean, how do you think the logo got started?
Right?
I was fucking around one time in the kitchen and I was on the pole and I had a spoon in my hand and I was like, you know what, why not both?
Fairly certain imperial fuck gun.
Yes, a quite literal imperial fuck ton. Because they won't let me measure in metric because Americans are too confused about that shit. You know, I could do a pole dance at the end of each stream, except I'm too busy eating at the end of each stream. But I feel like maybe, I don't know, I could figure out a way to make it work.
You know what you do? You do the pole dance first, and you tape it.
There you go.
And then, at the end,
I start the stream.
Yeah, you have, like one frame pole dancing, the other frame just eating, just shoveling food in.
Dual
right?
cameras, so you start off with me dancing and working my ass off, and then I cook the meal that I earned, the earlier part of the stream.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Hell yes.
Pole dancing
Streamers
while
love
I
pole
prep ingredients.
That,
So,
you know what?
yeah, you pole dance, I whip
Well,
around
you-
a knife, and
I whip around the pole
but you gotta still give me instructions.
while
Right.
I'm dancing.
Right.
That's really the trick.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep. There's no way this can end badly.
None whatsoever. So I've got my bowl. I'm gonna start putting kale into this thing. So for you guys, this kale is like a nice dark green. It is wilted, but it is not, it's still like a little bit fluffy. Gotta have my fluffy kale. Kale is one of the most like robust fucking greens, and that's why I love it, because it is very forgiving when it comes to cooking on the stove. Some greens like spinach are extremely fragile, or like arugula, that wilt very quickly, so it becomes kind of a weird watery mess. And this time, we shake it up a little bit. I'm gonna put the shallots and the garlic in first.
True story, my Duna. I discovered that I enjoy pole dancing just this last weekend. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. You might get your wish.
Yeah, I used to have a pole, and then I was dumb and sold it because I needed the money, but I know it went to a really good home. And I am hoping that someday I will be able to have the motivation to actually do it again.
That's what we'll do, okay? From now on, I'll prep, you'll pole dance, you'll cook, and I'll pole dance.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea.
We're definitely gonna need a lot more cameras to make this happen.
So that'll be motivation for you guys to subscribe and help us
Right.
to save up for the more poles that we will inevitably need for all of the pole dancing that we're going to be doing on this show.
I think we can do it with one pole. We just split screen it, right?
Well, but we'll need
Put the
multiple
pole-
cameras.
Yes, we definitely have to figure that out. There you go. Ever the opportunist.
Hell yes. Also, yes, kale is also primo in soups.
Kale is primo in fucking everything.
Kale is primo, period.
I know it's like really goddamn hipster, but the truth is, it's kind of great. And
All hail kale.
all hail
All
the
hail
kale.
kale.
Hashtag sizzle.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Sizzle.
So now that the heat is up, oh sizzle, my dizzle. Yes, thank you.
What are you making, mommy? That was the I just read
That
the
is-
question. I just read the question.
So
Nabadaz.
right now we're making kale and shallots and garlic. We're making sauteed kale. And in addition to this, we're making a quite literal fuck ton of cod. This time it's in metric. The kale is an imperial fuck ton.
Oh, I see.
But the cod is a metric fuck ton.
Right.
There's a distinction.
Understood.
So now that we've got the heat up in the wok, the kale is sauteing down rather nicely. That's not hot.
We are not. I am extremely single. My Duna.
Maduna. No, we just work really good on camera.
We are housemates.
Yeah.
We live together.
Housemates, buddies, friends.
Oh, Jesus. No, no.
You opened
that is not a
door.
hashtag.
You opened that door.
Okay,
Green food? Okay, no, but green food is where the fuck it's at, man. You can't just have like carbs and meat, even though that sounds fucking amazing.
okay, this is mommy and daddy's.
Wait,
Very-
we getting? Sure, I suppose. No,
Oh,
we're
Jesus.
not. This is gonna get real weird real quick. Alright, I'm gonna save the rest of this. We've got like 2 more inches, so I'm gonna save some of this for the potatoes. You know, carbs and meat and booze is quite literally the foundation for one of my most favorite events of the year, which is the Ren Fair, where we quite literally eat nothing but turkey legs and drink nothing but mead and cider. So I would say that a diet of carbs and meat and booze is not entirely unfounded in this house. But sometimes you want to kind of spice it up a little bit with some greens, you know? Kind of, you know, eat the food that my food eats. It's nice to shake it up a little bit. Oh, God. Kale overload.
Trying to catch up on this chat. There's a lot going on here.
I know. Fuck yes, Scotch eggs.
Yep, I like Scotch eggs.
I am about that Scotch egg life.
Basil is in fact green.
Yes, basil.
Unless, of course, you don't water it.
So, alright. So I got a basil plant one time, and it's still kicking thanks to this fucker over here. But I have not been watering it as I should be because I'm a terrible plant mom. And it has somehow survived what I thought to be not a survivable condition of, what it was, like 100 fucking degrees outside, and then it rained for like 2 or 3 days straight, and I really thought the basil was fucking done for. And then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 days later, it like starts sprouting new shit, and I'm like, what happened? And Steve looks at me and he goes, I literally just watered it, and that was it. And it's been growing back with a fucking vengeance since then. Not quite ready for regular harvesting, but it'll get there. Baby steps.
Purple basil?
What the fuck is purple basil?
I have no idea.
Put a link in the chat. I want to know what the fuck this purple basil thing is. Inquiring chefs must know. So much kale. We've only got one more batch, I swear.
I'm sorry, wait. Ren fair spiders question mark. That is a very confusing sentence.
No. Like the
Ren fair,
the
yes.
Renaissance Festival.
Spiders.
I don't know about I mean, I'm sure there are spiders at Ren Fair.
I'm just trying to catch up
here. Because
here.
it's like in the woods and shit.
In the woods and is it?
The woods and stuff. How would you define a real chef? I am not a professional.
Oh, are you a real
Am I a
chef?
real chef?
I don't know. Are you fucking cooking shit?
I am not a professional chef. I don't get paid to do this. I do this because I'm cooking dinner for myself and my family anyway, and my friends wanted to watch me. So really it's their fault that I'm on here. Yes, I am a real chef on TV. I am a real celebrity TV chef. Thank you. Name 5 albums. I'm gonna go with Nom Nom. More cheese, please. Never enough garlic.
Wait, where's that?
Where's the lamb sauce?
Cook like you fucking mean it.
Cook like you,
no, what is it?
like the, shit.
It's your book.
It is my book. I'm so terrible at this. There's a cookbook. It's Thug Kitchen.
Thug Kitchen.
Thug Kitchen.
Cook like you give a shit.
Cook like you give a shit. Yes.
Something
and then what's
like
the
that.
last one? There's got to be a star for this album.
Yeah.
Duck takes forever.
Yes, she is a real chef. She was trained by monks in India, which is why.
For years on end.
Yep. Just.
I took a vow of silence and everything.
Yep. Shaved her head and everything. It was crazy.
The full Sinead O'Connor. Oh, that's going real quick. Fantastic. All right, the kale's almost done, I promise.
Welcome to 35 minutes of cooking kale.
So you had 12 and a half minutes of Steve grating cheese and 30 minutes of me sauteing
Jesus
kale.
Christ. Was that only 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Because that felt like a goddamn eternity.
All right. So we have our kale. I'm gonna put this can away.
Kale!
So we're gonna take a break from stove cam for a hot second so you can see our beautiful faces. Oh God. Sorry. My mount decided to betray me, so I have to fix it real quick. Okay. Hi guys. So, all the kale that we just made, all of this kale, it's sauteed with garlic and shallots, and all I need is salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
You want me to put that in there?
Yes.
I can do that.
Salt and pepper, and then toss that shit.
That's so
Toss
much
that kale.
beer and so little food. Not gonna lie, guys. I'm feeling this beer a little bit.
Woo! At 8.2%.
Might say some shit. Never know what comes out.
Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the potatoes over to the heat. I'm going to turn this heat way the fuck down, because I can hear that shit bubbling already. And I'm going to stir this butter in that I put into the potatoes. I put like 3/4 of a stick of butter into these fucking potatoes. And I am not going to use a masher this time. I'm going to use my fucking spoon, because I'm feeling a little frisky.
How salty and peppery do you want this?
Taste test. I trust you.
Oh, Jesus. This is not what I do.
You have to trust your sous chef. Otherwise, why bother having one? So we're gonna do a very rustic mashed potato. I don't want like fancy creamy potato puree or anything. I'm literally just mashing these potatoes against the side of the bowl with a wooden spoon.
I am a sous chef because I take instruction very well.
I believe you.
But I will try to
taste it, see if it's good. It's always easy to add more seasoning. It is almost impossible to take seasoning away.
That's
so,
right.
What I'm gonna do now is tilt you guys down a little bit. Yeah.
That tastes pretty salty to me.
Yep. All right. Then we'll leave it.
I like it.
Perfection. So.
Right there.
We are going to. We've got heavy cream. You can use milk, you can use heavy cream, you can use, honestly, half and half. I'm really just gonna pour like a little bit in and then mix it in. So we've got a good creamy mash going. I want the chunks still, but I want to give it some body. So I'm adding the cream a little bit at a time. And I've also left the skin on these potatoes. There are some mashes that are better with the skin off. If you want to get it hella super creamy and like put it through a blender or a food processor, then take the skins off, because then you're just dealing with the meat of the potato. But I want this like thick, chunky, rustic shit.
Yeah, my dude, actually, sour cream does sound kind of interesting.
Oh shit, yeah. I have used sour cream once or twice in a recipe for mashed potatoes. It is really good. So is creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche. So I'm gonna season the potatoes, big ol' honkin' salt and pepper. Getting a good wrist workout today. All right. So these are the consistency of our potatoes. Like nice, they're fluffy, but they're chunky. So we've got a little bit of texture going on. I am going to, could you get a top for this?
Yep.
Since you know where they are.
I do know where they are.
This is going to sit on the middle burner over here just to keep warm. And I'm gonna put a top on it to keep the moisture in. And then we're gonna cook some fucking fish, guys. This is why we're really here. To cook some goddamn fish.
I think that was too big.
Yep.
Pretty sure. No. No.
We
One
need
of these
something
will
with
fit.
a red lid. Yep. Perfect. Look at that. That's for one of my pots too.
That's not even the right
That's not
lid.
even the right. That's fine. It's perfect.
Look, if the lid fits.
If the lid fits. I also realized that I didn't use any vinegar, which is perfectly fine. I don't think it needs it. Brown chicken, wow, wow. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Whew.
Alrighty. So now we're gonna cook all of this fish. I'm gonna grab the other one of these. I got two specifically for raw meat and cooked meat so that I don't have to wash a dish, even though it means that Larry will eventually have to wash that dish.
Is that what you use those for?
That is exactly what I use those
I
for.
have been wondering.
I like to have raw fish on, or raw meat on one, and then put the cooked ones on the other one.
No, that makes sense.
Keep it, okay. So, while I'm doing this, I am going to hand over making the basil sauce to Steve.
Wait,
All you have
still
to
need,
do...
I thought I was done.
You thought you were finished.
No, you understand, I kept drinking.
Yeah, I know. You could do this after you've been drinking.
Okay.
I promise. We need the cheese and basil, which I think got put over in that corner.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Cheese and basil.
Cheese and basil. So you
much.
are going to combine the cheese and basil in that bowl. You may need a bigger bowl. With the chicken broth, as well as oil, salt, pepper, and I think we just used all of the garlic, so we may need to mince more garlic.
What? How do we use all the garlic?
Kale and potatoes.
Son of a bitch.
Well, that'll give you something to do while I'm showing these guys how to cook fish.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you this bowl.
What you want? How much garlic do you want?
It says, so what it says is 2 garlic cloves. However, we all know that that's a polite suggestion.
That's right. Party on a Tuesday night. Ain't nobody got to work tomorrow, right?
Who works on a Wednesday?
Nobody. That's why they call it hump day.
Ah! Mike. What day is it? Hump day? I actually have somebody named Mike at my work, and he hates that for exactly that reason.
For why?
Because everybody always comes to him and says, "Hey, Mike, what day is it? Hump day?"
I'm not aware of this meme.
There was a commercial. I don't remember what it was for. Somebody remind me. Jazz, yes, 5 cloves. 2 means 5.
Oh, 5.
See? Always add at least 5 extra cloves to whatever the recipe says. Yes, measure that shit with your heart. Yes, and thank you. Geico had a commercial for, that's what started the whole hump day
My heart
thing.
is fickle and easily broken.
Yeah, and they had like a camel in the workplace, and it was like calling out this guy named Mike, and he was like, Mike, guess what day it is? And it was a Wednesday. And he would just go, hump day, and because it was a camel, it was funny. And now it's a meme.
Alright.
Alright, so we've got some oil going. I'm gonna crank this up a lot higher than a fucking simmer. To like medium high, about 3/4 of the way. And I'm gonna test the temperature by laying down a piece of fish. I don't hear an immediate sizzle, so I know it's not hot enough. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And I'm gonna join the chats. Alright, what are you guys talking about? Ha! Yeah, okay. So you have hump day shirts. Like what are on these shirts? You guys don't need to watch a pan heat up, so I'll bring you
Is
guys
your
up here
workplace
for
a brothel?
Oh jeez. You know, bitch, it might be.
No judgment.
No judgment, but curious. Oh god. Breaking this shit left and right.
I went with 4 cloves.
That's perfect. I think
My
that's
heart told me 4 cloves.
if your heart says 4 cloves, then so 4 cloves shall it be.
Okay.
Ah!
Hmm?
4 cloves shall it be. Yeah.
Maybe the
This
drink.
is fine. That's my drink.
Hmm?
Cheers.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna give you 2 beverages. That's super.
Yeah, that's super bad. Okay, where are we putting this garlic?
Garlic is going into the. That.
Right here?
Yeah.
Just right in there.
Just right into it.
Alright, we should do it right in there.
Cheese, oil, salt, pepper that bitch. And then it says half a cup of, well it says a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, but I'm gonna say pour the chicken broth in until it resembles a paste, because we definitely used a lot more cheese and all the other ingredients than it said to,
Yeah.
because we have a lot more ingredients than the recipe generally calls for. We're deviating from the recipe!
Chaos Kitchen!
Hashtag Chaos Kitchen.
Link that hashtag.
I
I need to dry my hands.
Let's test out this fish. Oh, there we go. Woo! Alright.
Sizzle, sizzle.
That sizzle means back to stove cam, bitches.
Alright.
So we're coming down here.
I forgot
it's-
what I'm doing again.
You are mixing in chicken stock and olive oil.
Okay.
I would say olive oil first until it coats everything, until it turns into like a rough sludge. And then chicken broth until it turns into a paste. And you can grab like a spoon or something I used to stir with.
Yeah.
All right, so this fish is going in the pan, and this is how you know when your pan is hot enough. You hear that fucking sizzle, sizzle. So I'm gonna put the smaller pieces in first. Always lay away from you so you don't splash yourself. And I'm gonna put these in.
Along
This
with
is like a
so
nice
much cheese.
hefty chunk. Too much cheese. No such thing.
I don't know.
Because you're gonna start with oil and then you're gonna add the broth until it becomes more sauce-like.
This is supposed to be a sauce?
Yeah, that's why you have broth and oil.
Because right now it looks like powder.
Yeah, so add more oil.
More oil. I just added a lot of oil.
Fantastic.
It's still pretty.
Yep, so now start adding chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Chicken broth. Okay, Basil. Tasty, tasty sludge. Yeah, you're really getting like a huge workout on this stream.
Yeah!
More than me. Oliver.
How's that sludge?
Feeding them dog. That's perfect.
Perfect sludge?
Perfect. Yeah, okay. Come check out the sludge. Oh god.
No! Camera.
Check out that sludge. So it's like a pasty. It's almost like mashed potato consistency, but cheese. Yeah, cheese potato.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna add chicken broth to that shit. And I'm gonna fix my fucking phone
Wait, I
now.
just added chicken broth.
Add more chicken broth. It needs to be a sauce.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting to sludge.
No.
You want me to get
God.
the sauce?
Yes. We're starting with sludge with the oil. And then, God, camera. There we go. I'm trying to keep my camera from like, there we go. Okay, now I can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
Yeah.
Doing it. Okay.
That's right. Pupper's name is Oliver, and he is the best.
Yes, he is our mascot and our kitchen cleaner.
More Oliver cameos. We will bring him in later. How is this for sauce?
A little bit more chicken broth.
Little
It needs
more
to be
broth.
like a little bit runny.
Woo! More broth. Broth, broth.
We're gonna flip this bitch around. We're gonna flip this maybe 1 or 2 more times because we want to get that like brownish crust on the edges. And I'm gonna grab some butter. Butter.
How's this?
Yeah, that's good and saucy.
Pretty saucy?
Saucy.
So saucy. Look at it. Just drip right off the spoon.
Fuck yeah.
That's how you know it's ready.
That's a thick ass
And it
sauce.
just drips right off the spoon.
We're gonna add a little bit of butter to this fish. I'm gonna bring it down to about a medium. Now that we've got some heat on it. Now I'm gonna get a spoon. Ooh. We have our mascot, Oliver. Say hello to the kitchen puppers. Yes, having a dog so close to our food is super sanitary. We're all about health consciousness in this kitchen.
It's fine.
This is super fine. Now we're gonna have to get like a t-shirt with Oliver's face on it. Alright, so I am tilting this back and letting the butter drip to the back of the pan. And then I'm gonna baste this. These smaller pieces are gonna be done much faster, for obvious reasons. But I wanna get a nice, like, crust.
You guys don't know this, but it smells incredible.
We got our fish from Harris Teeter, which is right across the street. And it came in the whole fish and nothing less than the whole fish.
What did we do with the rest of the fish?
It's right here. It's all here.
Oh, okay. Are we cooking all of it?
There are 2 more fillets. We're gonna go ahead and cook them up. You can cook the fish and then use them however you like after the meal is finished. You can make like fish sandwiches or like break it up and make like fish cakes, something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna crank this fish up a little bit.
Leftovers.
Back to medium high. We can get a nice good color on this fish, on this bish. So this piece is definitely done. I'm gonna flip this over so you guys, flip it at 360. So you guys can see the back of this piece is like nice and golden. Not burnt, but with color on it. I'm gonna put this on the other pan to rest. Very, very important that you rest your meats, fish or otherwise, because if you don't, then when you cut into it, it's going to release all of the meaty goodness and juices that it should be holding on to, and you're gonna get a really tough meat cut instead of tender and juicy. And nobody wants tough meat.
My Duna, I am fairly certain that most fish eat other fish, so
That's
you
also
could,
good.
but it would probably be redundant.
And the tiniest fish usually eat what? Like krill? Tiny little water bugs?
Algae.
You're right, 69 Tipsy. Some girls do like tough meat. I, however, like my meat to be nice and tender.
Some girls like it sensitive.
Like I take my steak medium rare for a reason, because I like a little bit of tenderness on my cow. I don't want a bitchy cow. Maybe the cow has been loved. I'm going to press down on this a little bit, help get a little bit of color on the crust. I'm going to try and lift it without like breaking it up a little bit, but I feel like there can be a little bit more. So while these are going, I'm going to start adding the other fillets. And I know this big ass one is going to take a little while. And I'm going to press down a little bit. I can actually feel the bubbles of the butter and the oil at the bottom of the pan, kind of like vibrating the fish fillet at the bottom. My bubbles.
Bubbles.
Beer bubbles. You know, I have actually purchased recently, I don't know if it's Misen or Misen. I feel like it's Misen because the phrase is mise en place, but it's M-I-S-E-N. I have a nonstick pan of theirs that is slightly smaller than is usually good for 3 portions worth of food, but when cooking just 1 or 2 portions of things is perfection. It has not steered me wrong yet. Before that, there is a non-stick pan made by T-Fal, T-F-A-L, that I got as a suggestion for one of my favorite YouTubers, Binging with Babish. And it has this like little indicator in the center when the pan is hot, which I think is fucking fascinating, because one of the most frustrating things about heating up a pan is knowing exactly how hot is hot enough. So it's got some kind of like temperature sensitive thing in the middle of it that tells me when the pan is hot enough, and it's super helpful. Right? Clever as fuck. I'm so about it. So, raw fish going away into the sink. Cooked fish coming away over here. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more butter because some of the butter got taken away by the fish. Half of good cooking is not actually measuring stuff, it's just going by eye. You start with a recipe and then you just kind of tweak it a little bit as you go. Science! science. Food science.
Fish science.
Fish science.
What? I don't know. Got weird.
Got fishy.
Yep.
Got a little fishy. Yeah, actually, Calphalon made the set that we had before we got our stainless steel set. We got a Cuisinart, I think, Cuisinart set of stainless steel pots and pans a couple of years ago, and they have been really, really good. Really easy to keep clean, surprisingly, for stainless steel. Tell your grandma that I resonate with that, because sometimes I do measure by eye, and I have to taste it frequently because otherwise I don't know if I'm measuring it correctly. Because I feel like it's correct, but then I taste it later and I'm like, well, that's too much or too little of one thing or other. There we go. Look at that fucking golden shit.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
White gold.
That's the white gold that you need to have your friends spend money on.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the jewelry. Give me that white gold fish.
Right? Who wants a rock when you could have cod?
So what you're saying is this would be a cod piece? Prepare yourself for fish puns. It doesn't get better than this. It only gets worse from here. Alright, so we're going to let these sit for a minute or two. Yeah, it was real bad. I don't feel bad though. Only the most quality of entertainment and the most quality of fish puns. I'm gonna bring you guys up here for a minute while we wait for our fish to cook, so Steve can show off his pans.
This is my favorite pan.
What kind of pans do you use, Steve?
These are ceramic pans, and I like them a lot. They are non-stick, mostly.
Mostly.
And I cook eggs in this pan every single morning. Okay.
I mean, it's about as big as your head, which is about as big as a pile of kale. So now we have our own system of measurements for the house.
You need to do.
How do you keep a ceramic pan from staying non-stick? That's what I want to know. 'Cause I've had shit luck with that.
You must wash these by hand.
That's probably why.
You cannot put these in the dishwasher. You can see, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't. You see that little divot right there? I call that divot,
Barbara?
Frigidaire. What the hell is the name of our dishwasher?
Kenmore.
Kenmore.
Of course it's a Ken.
Okay, so.
Such a bro name.
Yes. They're great. They're usually pretty cheap. They usually have a white interior like this. This particular brand is Tramontina, made in Italy.
Tramontina. Ceramica.
How do I feel about these pans? I fucking like them.
They're alright.
But you have to hand wash them, which can be a pain in the ass. So.
I feel like hand washing stuff gets to be less of a pain in the ass if you do it quickly enough. I feel like hand washing really only makes a huge difference when you wait too long and the food is like crusted over and it's hard to scrub off and you have to like really put some elbow grease into it.
Wash your pans while they're hot.
Yes. Any butter for this specific fillet?
You can't see it, but she's buttering the fish right now.
Buttering the shit out of this fish.
Not much butter.
Really glad none of us have a propensity for heart disease, right?
The dishwasher is too hot.
Oh.
That's probably true.
That's actually a good point.
The only pans we put in the dishwasher are
the stainless steel ones, really.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is the huge benefit of having a stainless steel. Because
dishwasher.
Laziness.
Yes. Stainless steel, easy to clean in a dishwasher, but occasionally you will have to scrub it out if you like burn something. There's like methods for that stuff, but stainless steel dishwasher good, non-stick dishwasher bad. Fire bad, tree pretty. Damn it, now I want to watch Buffy.
No, not again. too much. I have no experience with pampered chef hands.
5 by 5, bitches.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Literally got a tattoo.
It's literally my life.
That's a true fan right there.
Absolutely. Even though Joss Whedon's kind of a dick, he still makes good shows.
I mean, you know, everybody's kind of a dick.
That's true.
But not everybody, like, you know, makes life-changing, fucking incredible...
Cult classic TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, most of us are dicks, but that's about it.
But I don't have nearly the amount of talent that lets me get away with being that much of a dick.
Right?
Boy, do I wish.
I mean, look, if you're gonna be a giant dick, contribute something.
At least have something, like, redeemable about you or your career.
Right?
To make up for the fact that you're a shitty person. No, this is not a pampered chef thing at all. I used to have friends that did that shit, and I could never really afford those things. They're like gadgets and kitchen things. My family's friends that used to have like pampered chef parties and shit, and I'm like, it's basically a Tupperware party but for kitchen gadgets.
Okay, that sounds like a pyramid scheme.
It's totally a pyramid scheme. It's absolutely like that, or like pure romance, or like there's 110 different like specialty. You have to buy our brand of stuff, and let's have a party and make your friends all buy our shit too. And I'm like, that's a little fishy. It's not gonna get better. All right. So I can tell this fish is done. Stove cam, because it is starting to split at the natural seams in the fish. So I know this is done. I'm gonna flip it and lose part of the fish. It's still attached, kind of. There we go. So this is the way I'm gonna serve it because it looks pretty. But this fillet is done. This fillet is done. Hey, that's all the food we have to make.
Holy shit. Wait, are we like almost done?
We're like almost done now.
The sink is so full of dishes.
We have so many dishes. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the stove because otherwise I'm gonna sweat my ass off. I'm gonna readjust my fucking grip here thing that just seems, there we go. All right, so we're gonna come back to the prep board.
Prep board.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna get on to, oh, Jesus Lord. There we go. Now we're gonna get on to my favorite part, which is presentation. So we're gonna do, as always, one fancy dish for pictures, so you guys can see how to do like plating and shit. And then we're gonna do one bowl, yeah, there. And then we're gonna do one bowl for me to eat, so
Wait,
you,
no, in the fridge. In the fridge.
in the fridge. I'm gonna do one bowl for me to eat so I can prove to you that I'm not gonna kill anybody, and then I'm gonna do another plate so I can show you that it can look fancy also. So that can go over that. Left with the oils and vinegars over there.
No.
Also with this one. Now, it's always really nice to have somebody help you with your cooking. When in doubt, get a sous chef.
I'm a helper.
Alright, so we've got our fish. We've got our potatoes over here. I'm going to take off the heat. The thing, because that never got used. Thought I was going to need it, didn't end up needing it. Story of my life. Alright, so plating time. I'm going to start with potatoes and kale, and then I'm going to put the fish on top of both of those, and then I'm going to put the sauce on top of the fish. So, I'm going to start with here, and where's my... Steve's going to back out slowly while I take over. Let me get this out of the way so that you guys can see all the good stuff. I want to make sure there's enough space for this fucking pot. Now, okay, There's a lot of stuff on my cutting board right now. Oliver! He looks so dumb. Alright, so I'm just pulling up, whipping these potatoes. God, these potatoes are so fun. Can I have you grab me a bowl?
Oh.
Boom. So I'm taking like one big ass heaping
What kind of bowl?
spoonful, regular
This
ass.
kind of bowl?
Yeah. So I'm gonna do some here, a little bit more than that. And I'm gonna do one big ass heaping bowl because the bowl that I'm tasting doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to taste good. And actually, if you would hand me a second bowl, because the fancy bowl is the one I'll be eating later after I take a picture. These are the ones I get to portion. So here, and there's exactly one portion of potatoes left, which usually gets divvied up between whoever eats it first. I'm gonna stick this back on the stove, if you could. Alright. Next up, we have kale. I'm going to retoss it again just to kind of break it up a little bit because as it sits in the air, it starts to form little layers of shit. Oh, this looks... Alright, so I'm just going to get like a big old hunk of shit. Put it like right on the edge. I don't have any fancy tweezers, but I have considered getting some just because reasons. Big old chunk. Here. Then we're going to do our cod. We're going to do the big fancy fillet. Actually, I'm going to do this one with this big chunk. Because I don't want to break up the cod pieces. And that wasn't even on purpose this time.
Yeah.
Alright. Break this up. And I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to smush the potatoes and the kale down with the bottom of the spatula first. That way it creates a nice bed for the fish, and I can just slide it off from underneath. So fancy.
There is so much more artistry to this than I anticipated.
I really don't, like, there are people who do not understand the artistry that goes into my fucking pictures of food, and for those who do frequently take pictures of food, you get it. So I am, because my cod piece is bigger than yours. I am going to use, actually I'm going to eat this piece because that's tiny as shit. And then I'm going to split this up between the other two. And you can see, so I know it's far away. I'm going to bring this in for a nice little cross section. So you see how it's like mildly translucent and shiny. Some of that is butter, but most of that means that the fish is cooked properly. So I'm going to add these pieces to the other dishes. And I'm going to taste some of each dish so I don't fuck up the presentation for everything else. So. Oh, shit. Okay. I need a spoon. Spoon man.
I got your spoon. That's a fork.
The one closest to us. That's the one. Spoon! My spoon is too big. Alright. So with sauces, just like with seasoning, you can always add more. You cannot take it away. So if I'm looking for presentation, I'm going to add a spoonful at a time and be a little bit dainty with it. And then I take a picture, and once I've taken the picture and posted it to Facebook, I add a fuck ton more sauce because that's just the kind of person I am. So I'm going to add just a little bit here. I'm going to let these guys sauce their own fish because I'm that kind of person.
Giggity.
I'm going to try this fish all to my lonesome. Actually, I'm going to bring this up because my sous chef decides how good the fish is versus how good I do. Oh shit, that's good. flaky, but still like it's got body. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart. Good fucking choice.
Oh.
Next, we're gonna try the. We're gonna put this food. Here. I'm gonna try the sauce. Mostly cheese and basil. That's exactly what I want out of my sauce. Oh, that is real good. Okay. And potatoes. Yeah. Shit, yeah. Guys, this turned out really fucking good. Alright, so I'm gonna do the food turn, because that's what you guys love most about this shit. Oliver, thank you. Alright, so we're gonna do the microwave turn. Look at this beautiful bitch. Hell yeah. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was questioning it a little bit because I haven't done fish on this stream before, but that turned out really fucking good. Where's my beer? Grab your beer.
Yeah.
Okay guys, so I will be posting pictures on the Facebook page a little bit later once I get all my presentation lighting all ready to go. And then once this stream is done, I'll post it up on my YouTube page, PoleChef on YouTube, ThePoleChef on YouTube. Join us every week, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Hashtag ThePoleChef. Come find me on Facebook. We will have the Facebook group open. Share your recipes. Come hang out with us. And until next time, bon appetit.
Thanks for coming.